two parts. Initially, introductions about the company by the management, followed by Q&A session. Participants can raise their hands or drop in the chat box to ask the questions. Now I'm handing over to Mr. Ankit Agrawal, sir. Ankit, sir, over to you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining this call and thanks for showing your trust in us. So I'm Ankit Agarwal. I'm the CEO of RMC SWITCHGEARS Limited. We are the company which is now 30-year-old, and we are into electrical equipment manufacturing and EPC contracts. So we started our journey basically from 97. My dad started this company, and it was started with a very small dream, for a turnover of 1 crore
If you are
rupees.
all only listening, why are you एक ही में चलाते थे ना?
I'll just everyone else. Mute everyone, but yeah. So basically, we started our journey with very small background and very small hopes and dreams. So we have started our journey with supplying the electrical enclosures to one of the OEM meter manufacturer. And then we in 2008 we had moved to a bigger plant from 500 square feet to we moved to a 8 lakh square feet plant. And we started with supplying to the state utilities. In 2011, we started metering also because we wanted to do something big. And I entered in the company in 2007. And from that point of time, we wanted to do something big. So we started the energy meter manufacturing in 2010-11. But somehow, and we sold almost 1 million meters also to Kerala board and to Bihar board and MP. But somehow the patience level, or we could not cope up with the patience what meters used to have. And that is where we dropped it, and we then entered into EPC business. We took one project from Jodhpur under IPDS scheme. We completed it. And then in 2016-17, we again started, it was completed. That was a very small project. And we started one new project in 2016-17 in Karnataka. That time we took around 100 crore rupee project that was completed in 2018-19. So the turning point, and then in 2017, we got listed on Bombay Stock Exchange. And in 2020, when COVID came, so to be very frank, we didn't had so much of opportunity. Because at that time, the medical sector was the topmost priority for the government, and we only deal with the government departments. So the our fate is majorly dependent on the government government budgets. So that time it was, so that was a blessing in disguise. We were thinking about some new solutions, which what we found was that while offering a product, we are not giving any kind of solution to our customers. So we emphasized on two basic ideas that we should work only on two criteria. One, to eliminate the electrical theft and electrical accidents, the accidents, electrocution basically. And these are the two major concerns for India. And these are the two areas where we can have an ample amount of opportunities while doing something good for the society. So the annual loss India is incurring on power theft is around $20 billion. And the almost 14,000 deaths occur every year, which is increasing at the rate of almost 10% every year. This you can find the data in national crime records. So we in COVID, myself has gone to Maharashtra, and in 2021 we found that in Maharashtra many areas like Kalyan, Aurangabad, Jalna, we found that almost 54 to 60% of losses are there with Maharashtra government. And if we compare the Maharashtra revenue, the revenue is around 80,000 crores. So we have designed one project for Maharashtra government of around, that was around 300 crores, but that could save their thousands of crore rupees, because what we found was there were slum areas, and in that slum areas, they were not able to collect the 100% amount, and since the slum area has a very limited space, so many few linemen can go into it, and they can't be they were managed actually. So what we did was we just brought the meters outside, and we have given them the group metering concept, which was a new concept. And they could save around 10% of their bills, of their collection part. So almost 2000 or 2500 crore rupees were their savings. That is on record. That is where we created a new model for us, and still some not some projects are going on in Maharashtra and Bihar, and we have recently got one more project in Gujarat, which we will be we are L1, sorry, we have been announced L1 in Gujarat now. We will be getting the order, and we'll be intimating to everyone. So that is how our new business started last year, when we were thinking about cash flows and how can we increase our business. So we started the solar EPC works last year, and we got one project of 41 megawatt of under Kusum from Maharashtra, and we got some 46 megawatt of projects in Mahagenco, and then we got some smaller projects in with some PSUs. That was through third party, because we were not getting qualified since we were new, and in government projects you always need a pre-qualification requirement to get into the tender. So these tenders are under process, and we are expecting that sales of from these projects will come in Q1 next financial year, which is like coming after 2 months. Because still the land development activities have been finished now, and now we are on the verge of supplying the materials. We will be buying the raw materials like modules and module mounting structure and other balance of products, and we'll be installing it. All teams are in place, all leadership team is in place, all HR activities have been completed. So basically that is how we started the solar EPC. Currently, we are also establishing the solar module manufacturing plant and solar module mounting structure plant, which will have a capacity of 1 gigawatt each. And it will be operational by month of July or August. On a safer side, we are considering its sales from for Q3 and Q4 for solar module, and solar module mounting structure we can consider it as Q2 to be the sales volume. So that is all. That is the basically the history what I have told you, and that are the upcoming projects. I think I have not left anything, but please let me know. So key verticals of RMC. So key verticals of RMC is basically we are working on 4 BU now, what we call business units. One is electrical products, in which we have all the electrical enclosures, FRP fencings. Then we have electrical projects where we do transmission and distribution line work and substations. And when we do solar projects, that is our third vertical, in which we do EPC projects for the solar. Solar IPP, I will not, because IPP business is basically right now is only Kusum, but that is a different part. And the fourth, we are calculating the solar products, in which we will be adding solar modules, module mounting structure, and other electrical items we will be considering. Yogesh, just let me answer this, and then we'll talk. Status of major ongoing solar EPC projects, I have already told you that we are doing this some PSU business we have, and then we have Mahagenco, we have Kusum, and we have one more project we have received recently, which we have already quoted, Mahagenco. It will be completed in the next year. So these are the solar projects we are running. All the solar projects are expected to give the revenue in the next year. So EBITDA margin in solar EPC Kusum project.
Ankit ji, you are on mute.
It's fine now.
Yeah.
So IRR for Kusum, IRR for Kusum is coming 18-19%. And for EBITDA margin in solar EPC, we are considering around 18%. Expected volume growth in meter enclosure in Q4 and next year. We are considering for electrical enclosure, we are considering a growth rate of 20%, not more than that, because that is with the cutthroat competition. And now we are only doing enclosures only for the companies which needs quality and which needs volume. And the metering business, what we had considered these smart metering business, the level or the speed, what we people or the government has decided, the projects are not going as per that speed. And that is where the growth rate from electrical products have been reduced because of the speed in the government has considered March 26 to be closure of all the projects smart metering, but I don't think it will be done by that time. So now expected volume growth in meter, that is done. Expected revenue from electrical component business in Q4 in next financial year. So this year we are considering as a segment wise, we have not we are not giving it right now, but what I believe is 80 crore rupees we can expect this year from only from electrical product business. And next year 20% growth, what I was considering is 100 crores we are considering for next year for electrical enclosure business. Company will next year we are moving towards the main board because all the formalities are underway. We are yet to file the application that will be filed in another 10-15 days. Since we came under the ASM, so we are under the cooling period right now. Status of 1 gigawatt solar park MOU. We are in talk with Rajasthan government for the land activities. So already one presentation in front of CM has already been done. So the positive response have came. So Rajasthan is not considering to give us the 1 gigawatt a single land parcel because they don't have it. So they have asked us to chalk out some land parcels which they can provide us in the segment of 50-50 megawatts. And we are doing, so we are on the job on that. What can be the split of 100 crore rupee PAT from different divisions? So I can just say that if we divide solar module, we can consider around 40 crore rupees from solar module plant. And from solar EPC, electrical EPC and electrical products, we can consider around 60 crore rupees of PAT. That is how we can have a split between 100 crore rupee PAT. And yes, we will have some fundraise activity in coming time, but that is yet on the cards because when we are considering about the project cost, so we are evaluating it. We will definitely do it, and then we'll get back to you for that. Then kindly share detailed pathway to achieve 5,000 crore rupee revenue. Okay. So I'll just tell about the 5,000 crore rupee revenue. So this year, I don't know whether, so next year we are aiming for 4 digit of top line. The reason behind is that we are considering 50% from the module plant and module mounting structure plant, and balance 50% we are considering from the traditional business, that is solar EPC, electrical EPC, and electrical products. That is how we will be achieving the 1000 crore rupee plan for the next year top line. And for another years, we are considering to double up our progress every year, because for the next 5 years, the basic idea of going into solar was that the plant, since we are considering only 500 crore rupees for next year solar module plant, but the capacity of that solar module plant is around 1400 to 1500 crore rupees of top line, which we assume to achieve in the next year by FY27. So that will be like 1500 crore, or you can consider 1000 crore, and balance, sorry, 1500 crore, and balance 500-600 crores we'll be targeting the this traditional business. So that is how we'll be doubling up. I can't say for the next year, like 2 years after, but this is the plan, and this is how we are on our track for 5000 crores. What new revenue streams we are looking to add going forward apart from solar? This is a very tricky question, but we are working on some new energies, which I will let you know, because since discussions are still going on, but that is a long-term vision. So I'll get back to you on that. Overall IRR.
Amit, sir?
Yeah,
Hello.
please tell me, sir.
Sir,
Hello.
some people are waiting on the queue. We'll take a question from Yogesh after
Yeah.
that.
Sure. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, on the EBITDA levels of 18% on the module in the EPC side that you've quoted, sir, are these margins sustainable in the long run, given the prices are falling for the module? And also, sir, please tell us about your manufacturing plant on the solar module side, whether you will also be manufacturing solar cell post that, because the margin accretion would mostly happen on the solar cell side. So, and there would be a domestic requirement of cell manufacturing very soon by the government. So how are we planning on that, sir? Would love to know your strategy around that.
Yeah. So, sir, actually, point number one, solar EPC EBITDA margins you were asking about. So basically, since we are into government tendering, and we are working only with majorly with the government, all the competition lies majorly into domestic market or non-government sector, I would say, where there is no entry barrier. When I'm talking about government business, the beauty of the government business is only reputed people come. And when you have a similar kind of competitors, you have a good pricing level or a sustainable price. That the pricing is 100% sustainable. Looking to the fact that in future the criteria will be increasing, not decreasing. The qualification criteria will always increase, it will never decrease. So in that case, you will always get good quality competitors, which they will also earn that amount of money. Secondly, your point was about solar cells. Yes, solar cell is the future, but it is right now, sir, it is not our cup of. But yes, definitely, we are on the job. Maybe 2 years, post 2 years, we will also be a part of solar cell manufacturing. Uh, uh, and looking to the scenario, solar cell, Indian make solar cell, it will be necessary only for some projects, government related projects, in which we will have DCR capabilities from June 2026. So now, when I have told you that our strategy is, when I have told you that we have two separate business units, one is solar module and one is solar EPC, we will be doing solar EPC jobs for the government, in which we can definitely take DCR modules from outside, but we can always sell solar modules to the channel partners, through channel partners, and to the areas where DCR is not mandatory. Secondary, the export market will also come up. So people have some doubt. Sorry. So what I feel that the future is not dark in that case. I hope I have answered all your questions, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ashish sir. We'll take next question from Jinesh.
Thank you for the opportunity. Good afternoon, Ankit ji. Ankit ji, what is the investment we are doing on the solar module project?
That the total investment we are considering is about 200 crores, in which 80 crores would be for the capex and 120 crores would be for the working capital.
Okay. And can you please throw some light how much revenue we can expect from the solar APC project, since some of the project what we have got in month of June, July this year in Q4 and next financial year Q1, so that we can get some idea about the revenue projection of the company as well.
Sir, actually for Q4 FY25, I am not banging anything on solar EPC revenues because we got land parcels little late. But definitely from Q1 FY26, you will start seeing the revenues for solar, and whatever orders we have, we will be completing that job in next financial year. And we have already participated in the tenders for solar EPC. So you can consider solar EPC. Now I'll tell you one more thing, that solar EPC has some more advantages over electrical EPC, in which the timeline, the lead time for completing the project is far less than electrical EPC, and the cash flow movement is much faster. So whatever projects we will be getting till June, we will have the vision, we will have the visibility of the revenue to complete that projects in the next financial year.
And Ankit ji, government has also done mandatory to do 10% as a battery storage for upcoming solar EPC project. So how has because what I understood based on your starting remarks, company is extensively looking to develop major portfolio in solar EPC. So have we started working on battery storage project as well, because that is going to be mandatory from next year onwards?
Yes, sir, we have already started. So we have already discussed with two companies for extending support to us for battery and BESS basically. And so we will have the product. That is not a problem. We have quoted one tender also with BESS. So we have all the costings and all the technology. And that companies who are into BESS manufacturing have already tied up to give us complete support for installation and supplying of the BESS system. So we are prepared for that.
Okay. And Ankit ji, are we looking in terms of delay in ongoing solar EPC project based on the project what we have received in Q2, Q1, maybe Q3 this year? Because the timeline of some of the project was supposed to be completed by March or next year Q1. As you are now saying that the land acquisition is taking some time. So is there any delays happening on our ongoing solar EPC project as of now?
Whatever delay, yes, delay had happened, but that delay had already happened and closed. Now we are on the job, and since there will be no penalty because timeline only starts from the land handover in the EPC projects. So, but I would say that we will not be pulling any short in our revenues, what we have already visibility was there. We will be we are lucky enough to have some more projects which were completed during the year, and our sales you will see the good numbers this year also, and next year you will be seeing the solar EPC numbers.
And Ankit ji, what is the total solar EPC portfolio we have as on today in terms of unexecuted project,
See,
in
it
terms of total value?
100 megawatt DC.
Okay, and what is the timeline to complete all the projects what we have in hand as on today in terms of target completion date?
So it will be spread over Q1, Q2, and Q3.
Okay. Thank you, Ankit ji.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jimmy sir. Participants can raise their hands to ask questions. We'll take a question from Rajendra sir.
Yeah, thank you, Ankit ji, for all the updates. Just wanted to know the update on our water subsidiary, Intelligent Hydel Solutions. Are we expecting any business from that company?
So we have developed a flood monitoring system, which will be installed on the dams. So we are identifying some 2 states for our pilot project. As soon as we get some pilot project, we'll let you know. So that is basically a early warning system we have developed, in which, because there is a special love for IoT, because we always believe that when technology is there, we should do something with technology. So that is why we took so much of time in developing this product. And this is early warning system, which we will, so we are identifying some opportunities and we'll let you know, sir, soon.
Okay, and you spoke about requiring 200 crores funds for our capex. I mean, 80 crores for capex and 120 crores for working capital. So, how are we going to raise these funds? Will we dilute our equity, or it will be mixture of debt and equity?
It will be mixture of debt and equity.
Okay, and in the dilution, I mean, are we expecting promoters also to participate in fundraising?
Definitely, sir, we will participate.
Because we have already, I think, only 52% stake, promoter stake right now.
Yeah, we will definitely take participation.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajendra sir. We'll take a next question from Yash Vardhan.
Hello, sir. Very good afternoon. Sir, my question is regarding our balance sheet position as of now, in terms of what is the trade receivables in percentage wise with respect to our revenue versus the cash balance or bank balance at hand right now. As you said that we have a ambitious target for achieving 1,000 crores revenue. So the idea is to just to understand what is the mix of financing that we are looking at a working capital level to understand how many turns are there in a year and how are we going to achieve those numbers?
Sir, I won't be able to give you the exact numbers or exact scenario because it is not handy with me, but definitely I'll write it down and I'll get back to you with the exact numbers. But as far as
I've already got everything. This is done.
Sorry. Okay. So as far as working capital is concerned, for new projects, we have already got one more sanction from the bank, and bank is very much helpful in extending the working capital enhancements as per our requirements. Right now also for early completion of the projects, we are going with the 50 crore rupee more enhancement from consortium of the banks, which will be done in the month of March. And for capex, for the new module plant, we have already secured a commitment of 45 crore rupees from SIDBI for capex. And so finance is not coming our way right now, is not a problem. So that is not a problem for us right now.
Thank you, sir. So, and sir, any projections that we are looking at going forward? I understand we are still not a major company market cap wise, but are we looking at much better conversion ratios of profitability into our cash flows?
Definitely, sir. You will see that we would have one of the best in the industry profitability. And the only point which I always emphasize while comparing us with others is that many other companies into EPC are doing the private jobs in which there is a cutthroat competition. But when you do the government job, you need certain level of credentials which helps you to build a good competition. You have a good level of competition where there is no such type of bad practices in which and you can't deliver the bad material also, bad services also. So that gives you one edge to maintain your profitability.
Sir, in terms of conversion to our cash flows, are we looking at any specific projections at your internal end you might have done? Because we are growing so much, so we will definitely require internal accrual as well.
Definitely, sir. That is why we are not we are not diluting any of our profits. We are keeping the profits for growth. Whatever we are earning, we are keeping it for growth. We are right now we are doing self-financing and we are taking the debt. So that is the reason, and you will see that our finance discipline have been increased. Our financial position have been made good. Because if you will see our debt to equity ratio, it has improved drastically. So I would say that we are in a very good position and our finances are handled very beautifully now.
Understood, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a next question from Manapu Mekta. Sir, you can go ahead.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon. Excellent job in answering our question so patiently. So my question was on regard with our transmission and distribution EPC projects. So are we intending to scale up the work over there in sense like do we intend to participate in high value projects? Since there is a lot of buzz around transmission and distribution going around since the solar parks have been developed already. Now, where does our company see in scaling up there? And secondly, what is the timeline for the recent project which you have won on the sector? We have one on distribution order, I guess.
Okay. So, sir, we are desperately working towards taking the transmission projects because the transmission is, yes, upcoming line. And we will not stop ourselves while not going into manufacturing also in future. Currently, yes, we have already participated in some tenders for transmission. Some more tenders are coming in transmission from other states like Rajasthan and Bihar. We are following it up, and definitely we will be giving you some news soon that for good transmission orders.
So are we capable in manufacturing any components for distribution systems or transmission systems?
Yeah, we are capable of manufacturing medium voltage and high voltage electrical panels, distribution boxes, and underground equipment and underground electrical panels. But that is, and also we are looking after, we were looking after to develop the RMUs and all. But right now we have halted that. We have held that project for some time and until we finish the solar module, because we believe that we should not go really very fast. We should have some stepwise growth because that will help us in keeping our health good. So first we will complete this and then definitely we are targeting towards electrical product manufacturing for transmission or for high voltage and medium voltage.
Fair enough, sir. Thank you very much. And last question, what will be the breakup between the next year's revenues verticals? I messed it up.
Sir, actually, it would be we are considering 50% from module and 50% from traditional business.
And the module will be completely to the EPC projects which we're going to supply, or is it going to be to other customers?
We can't calculate the revenue. We are considering that since we have considered a separate business unit for modules, so our consideration is that we want to sell modules at our prices where we can have some edge and we will buy modules from the other parties. The second major reason of doing this, because the requirement in EPC cannot be matched with the output of the production. So they both will be different. So we have to consider them both as a different units.
Fair, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a next question from Ashish Malani.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Sir, as you might know, current domestic demand for solar module is 40 to 45 gigawatt, and already the capacity is around 90 to 95. And export market is become more competitive after tariffs coming in. We are expecting from other companies, the commentary is solar module margins might go down further. So in this scenario, what is the reason for us to go ahead and establish a solar module plant, and that too at a smaller scale? Because eventually as scale go up, smaller players will find more tough to stay floated.
Sir, actually, it is, I would not say 1 gigawatt a small plant, though I would not say it is a big plant in today's time. But actually, 1 gigawatt, I will consider it as to be a balanced step, because selling 1 gigawatt will never be an issue, because of the fact that the maximum volume has to be lifted by the government people for as far as solar is concerned, and we have a extra edge in government business because we are working since last 30 years with these people, and we know how we can have a marketing channel to sell our modules. 1 gigawatt is basically a safe bet. If we would have done 2 gigawatt or 3 gigawatt, then I think it would be a problem. But 1 gigawatt is a safe bet, and it is a safe quantity. And it will show us the way into solar, because we are new to solar. We don't want it to take any step which can harm our financial stability. So that is why this step has been taken on a moderate level. And we are pretty much sure the reason behind is our network is so strong that we have already have a soft verbal commitments of 1 gigawatt for the next year. So I don't think that will be a problem, though that cannot be published, that news, because that is not on paper actually. But yes, we find no problem in selling 1 gigawatt. And and whatever we are saying over capacity, it is only on the paper. It is the nameplate capacity. Actuality, if you will see right now, the modules are at a very much scarcity. So I don't think that will be a problem, sir.
Got it. Got it. And sir, what is your plan? By when do you plan to start this factory, get it operational? And after that, in how many months are we looking to hit 50% capacity?
So actually, we are considering the capacity 50% only. And we are considering that from the month of September, we can start generating revenues out of it.
Okay. And when do we expect the plant and the factory work to get completed? By September, you're telling. When do you plan to start it? Like, can you give us a rough timeline of how you look at this business going?
Yeah. So our plant, the construction of the shed is on the way. We can share the pictures also if you want. And we expect that the plant will be completed by May end. And by June, we expect that the machines will arrive. And from 30 days from June, whatever you take 30th June, so 31st July, the uh, acceptance test and trial run will be completed. But again, 1 month buffer I have taken to state that we will be starting the revenues from September.
And at this module plant, we should be able to do both TopCon and the previous one, or how do you see it? Monoperk, or is it both, or
It is,
just monoperk?
it It is all three: Monoperk, Topcon, and HJT.
HJT as well. Okay. Okay. Thank you. And sir, I just wanted to understand on your working capital side, as you are going more and more into the larger EPC, what is the amount that is kept as a guarantee money in this case, and what is the it is for 1 year, 2 years? What is that percentage?
That is almost 5%, and in some projects it is 10%, but that is in the form of bank guarantee. And for bank guarantee, we only have a cash deposit of 15% of the bank guarantee amount. So I would say
Mhm.
that 15% of 10%, that means 1.5% of the project of cash is kept as deposit.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ashish sir. Participants can raise their hands to ask questions. Ankit sir will take a few questions from the chat.
Yes, Abhishek ji, Jinesh ji, and Yogesh ji are also there. Revenue stream I have already done. What's the achievable guidance we have already discussed? Who are the main competitors? In listed space, there are no competitors for us right now. Yes, but vertical wise, you can say Gensol, KPI Green are competitors, but they are really very big from us. We are very small. So I won't consider them competitors. Rather, they won't consider me as a competitor, and that is good for us. So otherwise, for electrical products, there is no person in the listed space. Unlisted space, there is one EPP Composites and Macedon, who are our competitors. Electrical EPC, there are n number of competitors, but it all depends upon your pricing and all. Why no product split and why no con calls? I'm sorry for that. We will be giving the product splits from now, and we will be conducting con calls from now. Expected revenue from solar EPC products in Q4. I think we have already answered this. What is the ideology behind entering the solar module? I've already answered this. Are we planning to scale in T&D? Yes. What can be our consolidated EBITDA margin next year? We have already discussed this. What happened to Intelligent Hydel? We have already discussed this. Participant raise hand in solar EPC. How much megawatt orders can we expect in next 1 year? Conservative side. I think we can consider again 200 megawatts or 250 megawatts. We have already bid around 600 megawatt tenders. So 20-30% we can consider. And how much till June? That is the main part. So I think 100 megawatt till June we can consider more. So that sales can be accumulated in the next year only. Energy storage is a must for new solar projects as integrated site. This we have already discussed. Products, business, share, X solar panel. This we have already discussed. Please give understanding on delayed smart meter rollout and how company is impacted by this. So this we have already discussed the growth rate, which we were assuming 50% previously for the electrical products. We have considered is only for 20%, and that balance loss, we have been lucky enough to get that business from our other BU, so that our top line will not be affected with this delayed rollout of the smart meters. What is the current order book and expected timeline? The current order book, which have a visibility for the is around 350 to 400 crores, which have a clear visibility to convert into revenue next year. Sir, as you are entering into solar segment, like just hold on. Module EPC, do you have any plan for backward and forward integration around solar sector? I mean, you're getting some solar pump projects also. So solar pump manufacturing, we are not getting into it because it is again a different kind of a thing. But we had a tie-up with some solar pump manufacturers who will be helping us. And solar pump business, we are not considering it as a separate business. We are just considering as a part of a EPC because of solar EPC, and we are taking that revenue in solar EPC only. So we are not limiting ourselves to do only solar ground mounting projects. We are doing any kind of solar projects which have a good value or which we find good profitability. Any plans to enter into smart meters? No, we don't have any plans, sir. How do we deliver superior margin than peers? We have already discussed this. what is the current status of solar module market? We have already discussed this. What will be a PAT margin? We have already discussed. 5 years down the line, which direction do you aim? Drive the business. So basically, 5 years down the line, we are eyeing on new energies, new technologies. The only two things which we will be doing in future, new technology means everything. We want to add IoT, and soon we will tell you something about that. We are coming up with one very good product in electrical. We have converted one electrical traditional item into with IoT. That is a product which is under final POC, and I think we were about to actually. I would also welcome you all to please visit Elecrama. We have a stall there, and we were about to display that product during Elecrama, but somehow one of my demo was delayed. So I think my POC was delayed. So I think within this week we will be finalizing that. So we are doing IoT, and new energy means uh, if you'll talk about hydrogen, if you talk solar, so we have this on card, but that is on a later stage. I won't comment anything on that. FY25 revenue and PAT projections. I don't know whether I can say it or not. We are considering a very good growth from last year, this financial year. Any ballpark figure on our order pipeline? This we have already discussed. Sir, if you have provide your email ID. Sir, I'll write my email ID in this. Just hold on, sir. I have written it. And there was a lot of IoT device which we were developing on transformers. So this is product only I am telling you. We have already completed 99% of the POC, and we were about to show it in this Elecrama show which has started today. But due to only one test, we could not send it on time. But this week it will be out. So by next week, I think we'll be sending the news to you. So I've visited all the questions, sir.
Thank you, Ankit sir. Participants can raise their hands to ask questions. Sir, we'll take a next question from Abhishek Agrawal.
Yes, sir.
Abhishek sir, you can ask a question.
Hello, yeah, sure. Thank you, Ankit ji, and thank you, Aryan Capital, for organizing this. Ankit ji, 1 or 2 months back, in one of the
So your voice has gone.
Abhishek sir, you are not audible.
companies. So, what was this product?
Abhishek
and
sir,
what is?
could you please repeat your question?
Yeah, sure. Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible now.
Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible now.
Hello.
Sir,
Am I
you are
audible now?
audible. You can go ahead with your question.
Yeah, sure. Ankit ji, this is regarding one of the product that you were developing with one of the European companies. You mentioned it in one of the interviews 1 to 2 months back that you'll be announcing it soon in Jan or Feb maybe. So this is regarding the product that you've been developing since a while now for years, and then you've not been successful. So what is the product about, and what are we really doing in that category?
Since it has been completed and I was discussing that only, I can tell you the details because soon we'll be sending everything to you. So basically that product is a LT distribution box we have developed, and that is with the IoT. The main features would be it is completely will be identifying the abnormality in voltage, amperes, temperature, and it will also check the condition of the transformer. It will also have the GPS facility where you will find if there is any equipment theft. It can be handled, it can be tracked, and there will be no opening. If there is any illegal opening, it will inform us and it will cut the electricity. And then where there is a huge power loss, we will be programming that product so that if there is any abnormal power loss in terms of theft, it will cut off the electricity. so that there are no political approaches, there are no lineman approaches of doing anything electrical. The basic idea of developing this product was only on these two conditions. One, how can we reduce the electrical theft, and how can we reduce the electrocution, and how can we increase the customer support from the side of utility. So this is a very beautiful product we are coming up with.
Ankit, is there anyone else who's also doing this kind of a product, or we're the only ones introducing in the markets?
Even in the world.
Sure, that is, I mean, very great news to hear. And what kind of market opportunity do we see, or are we in talks with any organizations or government for this kind of a product?
Yes, sir. So basically, the total addressable market for this product is around 2 crore transformers, one per transformer. So there are 2 crore, 1.94 to be very precise in India. So we will be targeting that. And yes, we are in discussion with two states government, which they have already shown so much of excitement that they have told us that as soon as this product is live and we can show them the product, they will be giving us the pilot projects. Secondly, just after doing the pilot project, we definitely have in mind to go to the central ministry and to show this, because this idea was ideally originated during one of my visit to Ministry of Power 6-7 years back. And since our honorable PM has already so much liking towards technology and how we can solve the problems of technology, I'm pretty much sure that this will definitely fit into their alignment.
Great, really great. One next question that I have is, we were also in talks with a few companies for hydrogen fuel cells, and you also mentioned this in one of the interviews a while back. So, what are we exactly trying to do in respect to hydrogen fuel cells?
So actually, still it is under the consideration, under talks. We are not developing any fuel cells. We have a final meeting in next week for hydrogen fuel cell. That fuel cell, that company has developed, and that will be, his product will be out in somewhere around calendar year 26 Q2. That means next year in 2026, next year between this April to June. So that product he will be coming out with. So he has committed us that he will be introducing that hydrogen fuel cells in India only exclusively with us. And that too by Q3 or Q4 of 26 calendar year. And the major project we will be eyeing first will be the coastal shipping yard, which is a government-owned company. And these guys are looking for conversion of the ships from traditional fuel technology to hydrogen.
Thank you so much. Wish you all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Abhishek, sir. We'll take next question from Yogesh. Yogesh, sir, you
Yeah.
can go ahead.
Thank you so much, sir, again. Sir, I wanted to ask a question on the electrical EPC side. What has led to the degrowth, not degrowth, but the revision in the guidance from 50% to 20% on the EPC side? And so what kind of work do we do when we say we do transmission? Do we do high voltages, low voltages, extra high? And on the transmission substations, do we do, because I heard substations. So just wanted to see, why are we not so bullish on this area? Because transmission is something that the government is focusing on, and how do we see towards this opportunity to capitalize on?
Sir, I never said about the electrical EPC guidance to slow down. I told you about electrical products. The major reason for
My bad.
Yeah. So the major reason for electrical product is the slow progress in the field. Otherwise, we are fully prepared. The thing in transmission lines, what we'll be doing is we'll be doing the substations and we'll be doing the transmission lines. And if we talk transmission, it is basically in medium voltage and high voltage. We will be targeting medium voltage first, because high voltage needs another level of experience. So right now we'll be targeting the medium only 33 and up to 66 kV.
Okay. So, and are we the subcontractors in that, or we are the direct contractors in the transmission?
Sir, we don't mind taking orders as a subcontractor also or contract also. We just believe in two things, top line, bottom line, while taking the order. Because
Thank
it
you.
is we don't get direct orders also because of the QR. So in that case, we
Yes.
definitely have to take the subcontracts.
Yes, sir. So, is there any roadmap that the orders in hand and that which we are tendering for
Yes,
on the electrical EPC side?
yes, sir. So basically, we have current orders of 350 to 400 crores, which have the visibility to convert into revenues next year for the traditional business. And as far as tendering is concerned, we have a target of bidding around 2,000 crores of electrical EPC tenders this year, and about 3,000 crore rupees of solar EPC tenders we will be participating. We find that our conversion ratio would be around 30 to 40%, but very conservatively 30%. So that is how we are doing it.
Wonderful, sir. So, thank you so much and all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, Gita. Sir, due to time constraints, we'll take a final question from Tushar Shada.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity and thank you for answering all questions so nicely. I just wanted clarification on next year's revenue target. You said 1,000 crores. If you can give the breakup again. I know you gave it, but I seem to have missed it.
No problem, sir. I'll give it to you again. Actually, we are considering 500 crore rupees from traditional business and 500 crore rupees from the module business. Whenever I'm saying traditional business, it means whatever we are doing currently, that is electrical EPC, solar EPC, and electrical products.
And these modules, you said you will sell to outsiders also, right?
Yes, sir. Definitely we will.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone, for participating in RMC SWITCHGEAR interaction. Thank you, Ankit, sir, for participating in Arihant management meeting interaction. Ankit, sir, any final closing remarks from your side?
सर आप लोग विश्वास बना के रखिए, आप लोग साथ में रहिए, अपना आशीर्वाद दे के रखिए सर. And we will definitely do it, sir. Whatever we are doing our level best, and we'll definitely try to fulfill all the targets what we give, sir.
Thank you, Ankit, sir.
Thank
you, everyone, for participating Arihant Capital conference for RMC SWITCHGEAR.
One more question from Suraj ji. I will just tell you, sir, we are not doing anything with EV chargers, but yes, we have developed some electrical panels for EV chargers. We will be doing it under electrical products, but we are not doing anything majorly on EV charging. I think I have missed that bus.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for participating management interaction of RMC SWITCHGEAR Limited. We can close the call.
Thank you so much, sir. So nice of you. Thank you, everyone.